In this setting, the recording limit should be 1 hour without overheating. Ooh, they're rubbing in that burn. The EOS R5 only manages 30 minutes at 4K 60p. And the video recording, the A7S III in 4K 120 is limited to its length. By the way, a slight crop is used, 1.1x. Sony, man, I knew it. I knew it. You were gonna take those jabs, one after the other. You know, I was really hoping not to make another video today, and I was just gonna relax. I was working on some reviews. I was just wrapping up some testing with some lenses, and I go and check my list of news articles, and bam! A7S III, full spec leak, everything going on. So let's go ahead and take a look. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's That One Camera Guy. Right before we get started, looking at this press release, I want to let you know we are doing a live stream, me and Jason Vong, for one last time. It's going to be on his channel. I have a link down below. Make sure you join us. Granted, you're going to see a lot of the information already, but hey, just come and join us and hang out. Let's just call it that way. It's just going to be a hangout with us. Just have a good time, just like the old days. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. This comes from Sony Alpha Rumors. Nuki Shida, hopefully I'm saying that, leaked the full German press text. Here is the Google translated text. Almost 5 years after the Alpha 7S Mark II, Sony launched the successor, the Alpha 7S III. Has an improved 12 megapixel sensor, records 4K at 120p. Nice, confirm, and is said to achieve exceptional results in low light photography thanks to large pixels. As with the Alpha 7S Mark II, the sensor of the 7S III has a resolution of 12 megapixels, but is now exposed on the back. Damn it! Oh well, we'll roll with that. At the heart of the new Alpha is a 12 megapixel full frame sensor that has been improved compared to the A7S Mark II. Sony is now opting for a construction with back exposure BSI, with which more light can be captured and which enables better results with low light shots. The maximum sensitivity is still ISO 409,600, expandable down up to ISO 40. The sensor is supported by the new Bion's XR processor, which is said to have 8 times as much computing power as the previous image processor. Sony is also breaking new ground in operation. For the first time in the Alpha 7 series, a fully movable monitor, 3-inch, 1.44 million points was installed, which now also allows touch operation. Oh my god. I gotta eat my words. I'm just glad Sony freaking did it. There was a video that I had posted a while ago. There was a user that crafted a menu system, and I said Sony would never do something like that, and hell, Sony decided to do it. These sons of guns. All right. Nice. I'm glad. I'd rather be proven wrong. All right, so the structure of the menus has also been completely revised. Among other things, only the relevant entries are available in photo and video mode for better clarity. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that's going to help a lot of folks wanting to use Sony. The OLED viewfinder achieves a record resolution of 9.44 million points and a magnification of 0.9x. Even glass wearers have the entire picture in view. The size of the picture can also be reduced. Now, there's some earlier images of the camera that was released, but now we can see the side aspect of it, which was a big deal. And I just don't know clarity-wise as far as the HDMI port on there, but let's keep going on. Again, I'm reading this now new. I haven't read the whole thing. I just kind of got up to right there. 4K with 120p. One focus of the camera is video recording. Unlike Canon with the, wow, are they actually mentioning Canon? That's interesting. Okay, unlike Canon with the EOS R5, Sony does not use 8K for video, but continues to use 4K, which is said to achieve the best results so far with an Alpha camera. The sensor's 12 megapixel resolution enables a full pixel readout without pixel binning and without crop up to 4K 60. In this setting, the recording limit should be 1 hour without overheating. Ooh, they're rubbing in that burn. The EOS R5 only manages 30 minutes at 4K 60p. And the video recording, the A7S III in 4K 120 is limited to its length. By the way, a slight crop is used, 1.1x. Sony, man, I knew it. I knew it. You were going to take those jabs, one after the other. I knew you guys were gonna take those jabs. I think that's Sony saying that, and maybe they just interpreted it that way. The monitor can be swiveled, and the handle and controls have become larger. Thank you. I'm cool with that. That's what I expected. With Full HD, the A7S III even records it up to 240p for time lapse. That's great. They doubled that. That is amazing. All right. Hopefully it works. It looks good. I'm assuming it's going to look good. For time-lapse recording, lower frame rates up to 1p can be also selected in slow and quick mode. It is recorded internally with a color sampling of 422 and a color depth of 10 bits. New codecs are available. Oh, they did it. A7SIII records single images all eye with a data rate of up to 500 megabits a second. They did it. I'm glad. I'm glad. So happy. XAVC-HS reduces the amount of data and image compression down to 200 megabits thanks to H.265 compression. With HDMI 2.1, the camera can even output, wow, 4K 60p at 16-bit RAW files, ProRes 2, and a Tomos recorder. Bravo. That's going to be great for those of you that really want to take advantage of that. That's amazing. Of course, there is also a logarithmic gamma profile available S-Log 2 and 3, which should enable a dynamic range of over 15 stops. Again, those things will have to be tested. The sensitivity starts here at ISO 640, extended ISO 160. According to Sony, oh, so this is the interpretation here. The rolling shutter effect has been significantly minimized. Good. The A7S III is equipped with a 5-axis image stabilizer in the housing, which measures according to the SIPA standards, achieves an effectiveness of 5.5 stops. In video mode, digital stabilization active mode is also used, which also uses a gyro sensor. The information from this gyro sensor can also be stored in the metadata of the video so that it can be used in post-processing for digital stabilization. So that whole post-processing situation looks to be able to be used, which I think is a smart idea if you want to squeeze some more performance. All right, here's the photo stuff. Fast autofocus in 10 frames per second. The hybrid autofocus covers 92% of the image sensor and uses 759 phase detect points and 425 with contrast AF. In addition to human, the AF algorithms now also recognize animal eyes, according to Sony, also at a greater distance than before. The AF sensitivity goes down to -6 EV series. The camera shoots at up to 10 frames per second. The mechanical shutter is designed for 1/8,000th of a second. Would have liked to see more, but hey, it is what it is. Sony is using 2 memory card drives in the A7S III for the first time, which can use both SD cards, UHS 2, and the new CF Express Type A cards. They are smaller than Type B cards and faster than SD cards. For most video modes, SD cards of video classes V60 and V90 are sufficient. CF Express is only required in slow and quick mode with 422 color sampling and 10-bit color depth. The series may also benefits from faster cards. 1,000 uncompressed RAWs in a row should be possible here. Sony plans to launch 2 CF Express Type A cards on the market in September, which have a write speed of 700 megabytes a second. That's not megabits, that's megabytes, and a read speed of 800 megabytes a second. The 80 gigabyte version is said to be 230 euros, the 160 gigabyte version to be 440 cost euros, and supplies electricity for 600 photos. Okay. The Z battery is used for the power supply, which can be charged via USB Type-C, and power for 600 photos. Okay, and it's, so it'll be out in September. In September for around 4,200 euros. Okay, ladies and gents. All right, so I finally had some time to sort of digest everything that was going on, so I took a little bit of time. But I just wanted to quickly go over some of the specifications with you and kind of point out some things that I thought was a little bit of a concern. One of them has to do with the actual CF Express Type A cards. You're noticing that they're only offering in the beginning maybe 80 gigabytes and 160 gigabyte versions. So I'm just curious as far as the data rates are concerned and how many cards you're going to end up needing as far as that's concerned. So, it's going to be, they're new cards. They're new cards. So it's definitely going to cost some money in the beginning. So we'll see how that goes. And then let's see. The photo stuff, I really did hope they were going to match A9 specifications. If this camera comes out to be $4,500 US, I personally would have liked to have seen Sony A9-like capabilities. That's just me being selfish. You can hate me for it. That's perfectly cool because I know people want the video side of things, but I would like it for the sports stuff. So, yeah, that's all good. Let me know your personal thoughts on that, but I was hoping like A9 level performance, 20 FPS, that kind of thing in this particular camera body. Especially if it comes out to be $4,500 US. that I would have liked to have seen personally. That's just my personal opinion. The gyro stuff is a big deal in my opinion. I think that's going to help some in some post-processing situations. The 5-axis image stabilization is already there, which is great. The data rate option, the a7SIII. Now, there was a funny thing here, too, because they're going to obviously be using H.265, so I'm going to be curious to see Max's videos in the future as far as testing out the editing capabilities of how easy it's going to be to edit that footage there. And so one big thing here is really the 4K with 120. There's this huge question mark. How many minutes can you record in 4K 120? So I'm very curious to see what they see at the presentation tomorrow or whenever that shows up soon, and so many hours away from now. What is going to be the recording limit at 4K 120? They took a jab, I'm assuming, at Canon, that 4K 60p, they can record 1 hour. So if they say 1 hour confidently, that's incredible. Now with the 4K 120, my question is like, can you just shoot like, small shots here and there, here and there, here and there, and the camera will still be able to operate, and it's not like adding up, like maybe like the Canon EOS R5. So I will be interested to see. We'll hold all judgment until then, right? We don't want to make conclusions yet, so I'm very curious to see how well they perform. I like the 240p at 1080p. That's going to be really nice, especially if they can keep the fidelity with the high bit rate for that particular frame rate. It's going to look really good, especially for sports stuff, the kind of thing that I would record. So I'm excited about that as well. Even the 4K 120p for obvious reasons. And then everything else, as far as what we expected. I mean, look at the design. I still don't know about the full HDMI port. That's going to be interesting. Again, I've already said before, you already know my opinion about it. I really would have liked a larger sensor. Well, not larger sensor, but 24 megapixels for images and photos. But hey, we'll see how it goes. I'll accept it. But now it's really just a price point. And finally, I want to ask you, is it a camera that you want to get? Is this the camera? Are you going to pre-order this camera? And if you are, is this the price point? For those of you that use euros, is that the price point you would expect? Are you going to get it at 4,200 euros? And for those of you in the US and in the States, what is the price point for you to want to go and get this camera? I'll let you know right now. If it's 4,500 US, I'm a little hesitant. I'll think about it. Okay? That's going to do it for me in this video, folks. Thank you so much for following the series of videos I've been doing up until now. I really appreciate all of you in the discussion. I know some people can get heated here and there, but hopefully you understand it's all in good fun. We just wanted to catch up and find out what's going on. And don't forget, Jason Vong and I are doing a live stream in so many hours from now based on when this video comes out. It's going to probably be our last live stream. Okay, so just join us. You already know the specs, but just join us, hang out with us, have a good time. Let's talk, celebrate, all that good stuff, or cry and be sad about whatever happens as far as maybe the specs and price points. So that's going to do it for me, guys, in this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other content. Peace.